present. Done. Hi guys, my name is Amelia, and welcome back to another video. Haven't done one in a while, but you know, like, that's just life. Anyway, so I thought I'd get back into making videos with a nice chill one, with like a content that I've consumed this month, which is June. 6 months through the year, that's crazy. I don't know how to feel about that. But anyway, I'll have books, TV shows, and a play. Because I saw a play this month. Let's just go in and start with the books and we'll go from there. I read 3 books. So the first book I read was Lifelike by Jay Kristoff, which was incredible. I absolutely loved this book. It's based in a dystopian world. Humans have basically wrecked the planet and they've created intelligent robots that can think. But they have 3 laws, which are: a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey the orders given to it by the human being except where such orders would conflict with the first law. And a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. And in this book it centers around a character called Eve and sort of Lemon, her best friend, but mainly Eve. She fights in robot, like a wardrobe where like she kills robots. And one day on her way home, she like lives in like the scrap, like the worst place to live, but the world has pretty much gone to shit. And have you seen the kids TV show The Tribe? It sort of reminded me of that. Anyway, but as she's walking home through like just this wasteland pretty much, she sees this battle between airships and one go down, and because she's a scrap, like she gets scrap and to make stuff out of it, she is like, let's just go see what it was. And my mum is home. Hey, all done? I'm filming at the moment. Okay. Just FYI. Anyway, and it's sort of a journey from there. And it was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed it. I would 10 out of 10 recommend. Anyway, that seems like a good time to move on to book 2, which was another Australian author, Whisper by Lynette, Noni. This book focuses around subject 8684, Jane Doe, who has spent a year and a half in this underground secret facility because she has this like special power, and in this time she hasn't spoken. This one, I thought the first half was really, really good, and I'm really interested in where it's going. It sort of reminded me a bit of The Darkest Mind by Alexandra Bracken. The first half was really gripping, and if that sort of thing interests you, I would recommend picking it up. It's very white, it doesn't look that great. Next book that I read was Scythe by Neil Shusterman. It's been getting quite a bit of hype recently, like it's growing, and I read it because of my friend Sydney. She reviewed it on her channel. I might link it down below, and I loved this book so much. So basically the premise is, in a world where humankind has conquered death, so no one can die, they reset their age to like 20 or above. So when they get old enough, they can be like, they call it turning the corner, so they turn the corner to become younger. The world is overpopulated, and so to deal with this overpopulation, there is the Scythedom, which is like 007, License to Kill. It follows Rowan and Citra, who has been apprenticed to Honourable Scythe Faraday, and in a competition who will become the Scythe, because Scythes can never die. They can only self-glean, like self-kill themselves. And I thought it was a really interesting premise, and it was really interesting. And the writing was, I thought, for me it was a bit hard to get into because of the writing, but once I got like my head around how Shusterman writes, it was so engaging and gripping. And I thought it asked really, really interesting questions about morality and what is life, and how meaningful is life, and like what is, like, not what is death, but yeah, it was just really, really, really interesting. So they are the 3 books that I have finished this month, and I'm currently reading Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology, which I'm really enjoying. It's just a collection of retellings of some of the Norse myths, and it's really cool. If you're looking to learn about Norse myths or start looking into Norse myths, this is easy to read, easy to understand, and quite engaging as well, surprisingly. All the books I've read this month I've really enjoyed, and I would recommend all of them depending on what your tastes are, of course. And so moving on to the TV shows that I watched. Now, something about me is that I binge TV shows a lot, so I'll just start with season 1 and just work through all the available seasons, which is really bad in exam season, but you know what, who cares? So I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine for the first time. I know, late on the bandwagon, but when it was said that it was cancelled, I'm like, I should check this out because everyone's so passionate about it. And so of course I really enjoyed it because it is an amazing TV show. I watched Rick and Morty for the first time as well. I've never seen it before. I don't know if I like it or not. It's good and I get why people like it, but I'm not sure. And I watched it because procrastination and I had nothing better to do apart from study, so of course I watched Rick and Morty. Like, what else would you do? And I definitely found that as I watched it more and more, I did enjoy it and I got the humour a lot more. But I also watched the first season of The Office US, and this is gonna be a controversial opinion, but I didn't really enjoy it. The cringe humour, I don't think is really for me. But I can understand why people like it, but I just wasn't a fan, and I don't think I'm going to continue. I also watched Queer Eye season 2, which is incredible, and if you haven't seen it, you should definitely have a look at Queer Eye because it's so positive and it just makes you feel bubbly and nice inside. I watched How I Met Your Mother. I know, late on the bandwagon as well, but I have now watched 7 seasons of How I Met Your Mother in a month. Not sure whether to be proud of that or not. Like Rick and Morty, I was like, this is okay. And then as I kept watching it, it became better and better. And now I'm like, I need to find out what happens. And just the characters are so lovable and so stable through the whole season. Finally, thanks to a recommendation from Lachlan, I watched Westworld. Season 1 and season 2. I binged it in about 3 days, which is a long time for only 22 hours of content, but also that show fucks your brain up a bit. Oh, I'm not gonna spoil it because it was incredible, but if you haven't watched that yet, I would definitely try it out. I don't think it's for everyone. It's basically set on the premise that there's a park. It's sort of like in Australia we have Sovereign Hill, which is to do with the gold rush, but a park that's a world, whether it's a planet or just I don't know yet. Instead of having actors being oh hey there, young bucko, wanna go on an adventure? It's robots, really, really smart artificial intelligences that can be killed, and so people can partake in the lowest vices in this Western styled world. And you have different storylines all at the one time through season 1, and it's really, really incredible, and it stuffed me up. I have to be honest, it was oh. But the music and the soundtrack in it is incredible. So they were the TV shows that I watched, and finally, onto the play that I saw this month. Oh, so cultured. I saw Puffs, the play, which was amazing, really. I really enjoyed it. It's a comedy based around the Hufflepuffs of Harry Potter's time at Hogwarts. So it sort of went through book by book by book by book of a group of Hufflepuffs experience of Hogwarts while Harry was there. It was hilarious. It was so well done, so well put together. The magic was incredible. The acting, the staging, the music, everything was just so perfect. I can't think of something that I would change about it or do differently. It was just so good, and if you ever get the chance to see it, whether it comes to your city or go somewhere to see it, I would so recommend it because it was incredible. Oh. Anyway, so that was the content I have consumed this month. If you have read, seen, watched, listened to, didn't include any music, but listened to, let me know down in the comments what you thought, or if you thought, or whatever, about any of the things I've mentioned, or anything that you would recommend, because I'm always on the lookout for good content. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!